What is up, everybody? It's your boy Verse TV here. Today, we have to talk about the most recent updates from this whole Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard scenario. It is becoming more of a soap opera because, especially what Sony is saying behind the scenes. So now we have a new statement that Jim Ryan made behind closed doors about Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard. He doesn't want to do a 10-year deal with he never wanted to do a 10-year deal with Microsoft. He didn't want to solve the situation like logical people, like reasonable people with this different company. In his own words, this is what Jim Ryan stated: "I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger." Now, while I was reading this, I was a little confused here. I had to make sure I wasn't like reading some type of anime manga because this dude sounds like some type of anime villain. "I don't want a new Call of Duty deal. I just want to block your merger." I was expecting that to be next. Like, what is this? Some Dragon Ball Z? What is going on here? Yeah, or even like the Dark Knight. Even the Dark Knight with the Joker. Some people just want to watch the world burn. They don't want there's no solution. They just want to watch the whole thing burn. That's kind of what the vibes he's giving off right here. He just wants to block the merger entirely. But good luck with that happening, Jim. It's like, this guy is such a clown. It's just getting more and more pathetic each and every day. It's like, they can't just rely on PlayStation first-party content, their first-party exclusives to sell the console. As these fanboys like to make it out the scene, like everybody buys a PS5 to buy these exclusives. When in all reality, Jim Ryan doesn't care anything about those exclusives at all. He doesn't care about The Last of Us. He doesn't care about God of War. He cares about the Call of Duty money that game brings in, because all these people who buy PS5s are super casuals. They're buying the most casual game possible, Call of Duty, and that's what's making them money. So Call of Duty goes, PlayStation's going to be dealt a major blow. And when Microsoft does the deal, offering them a deal, at least have it on Call of Duty, at least have it on the platform for 10 years, and after that, they got to rely on their other first-party stuff and some other third-party games, but he just wants to block it entirely, which is just insane. So yeah, I just want to block the merger. Just ridiculous. And that is not all. That's not the only statement that was released. The second statement that was released was that the CMA, Sony suggested to the CMA that Microsoft could release a buggy version of Call of Duty on PlayStation, which could make gamers lose confidence in PlayStation as a go-to venue to play Call of Duty. So that's the other statement, that they think that Microsoft is going to sabotage the Call of Duty games if Microsoft owns that property. So this just seems a little odd. Is this a little projection going on here? Is this what Sony is doing behind closed doors? Are they the ones who are doing this? They're when they have these rights, exclusive rights to these, or making these exclusivity deals, are they telling the publishers to make the multiplayer game that's going to be an Xbox version slightly less, or sabotage that game? Is that what's going on behind these closed doors? It just seems like he's just projecting a lot at this point, and I wouldn't be shocked if that is what's going on. Like, this dude seriously sounds like an anime villain at this point. Like, sabotage the Xbox version, or they're probably going to sabotage our version. Like, what is this nonsense? Like, when has this ever been a thing? Is what I'm wondering, but it's probably been a thing all along. We just don't know it, because there has been a few games recently that's been running worse on the Xbox version than the PS5 version. So who knows what is in play behind closed doors? This is getting crazy. This is literally like a soap opera. This is kind of like an anime arc. Like, this is some crazy stuff going on with this merger. Just the stuff we're hearing behind closed doors. This dude really sounds like an anime villain, to be honest. But yeah, let's see what people have to say about this whole conspiracy that Microsoft might be sabotaging the Call of Duty games. Which I don't know why they want to do that. Like, why would they do that to begin with? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they do that? They're still going to make money off the PlayStation version, so why would they sabotage it? That doesn't make any sense. And then, while we're speaking about sabotaging, you got to think about Sony sabotaging Luminous Studios. That game only released on PlayStation and PC, the main console being PlayStation, and that studio went out of business. It's like they went from Forspoken to foreclosure. You literally find copies of Forspoken, the steelbook, in the garbage cans, probably in landfills by now. Is that not sabotaging it? They didn't have enough money to keep being a studio. Now they got to go back to making Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy accessories and graphics and stuff like that. Really? That's not sabotaging right there. But let's see what people have to say about this. This can't be real. Sony are arguing that their own game certification system wouldn't be effective then. Sony, we would do this if we had the power, therefore it has to be their exact plan. Like I say, maybe that's what they're doing. I suggest Sony starts making their own shooters again, which they really should. It's like, I don't know why they're complaining this much. You have all these dead IPs like SOCOM, which is a military shooter. You have sci-fi shooters with Killzone and Resistance. You can bring those shooters back. It's like, they don't have any faith in their first-party games. It just is what it is. It sounds like Sony is projecting the practices that they do. Confessions come in many forms. Definitely sounds like some projection right there. They released a buggy version of their games. PlayStation did on Steam. Microsoft could hit back because Windows isn't Microsoft hands. Okay. I don't understand Sony's concern. Microsoft is so loyal. Deal between Microsoft and Ubisoft prevented the division from being better on PS4. I don't know how true that is. Let's see. It happened in the past. If the right reassurances are in place, Sony could play ball. Okay. I don't know. This is some conspiracy theory nonsense right here, in my opinion. What a joke. Someone should tell them it's already like that. A practice Sony is already doing. We don't know what's going on behind these closed doors. Like, what type of exclusivity agreements are they really doing behind closed doors? We don't know. But I'm going to get off from this topic right here. Back to, I just want to block your merger. Because that is a crazy statement right there. He doesn't even want to do it. He doesn't want to negotiate. He just wants to block the merger. Like, it's just wild. He is fighting his hard for Call of Duty. But like I said, the fanboys will tell you otherwise. The fanboys will tell you that, hey, people buy a PlayStation and play PlayStation exclusives. When Jim Ryan says differently, because he is fighting tooth and nail to keep Call of Duty from potentially being an Xbox exclusive game. Even when a 10-year deal is negotiated to make a multi-platform, he's fighting as hard. Like, it's just wild. After the Bethesda deal, Microsoft proved it cannot be trusted at all. What is he talking about? Like, I'm curious. Like, what did the reply say to this? Yeah, I don't know. I don't get what he's even talking about here. They're just roasting this guy in the comment section, though, because what are you even talking about? Yeah, that's just a vague statement right there. But okay, let's move on. The world doesn't need Microsoft Call of Duty. Way to go, Sony. Fight this till the bitter end. Fight this, Sony. Don't depend on your first-party IPs. Depend on a third-party game. Sony fanboys, they don't love their favorite system. They just hate yours as well. Yeah, they really do. Safe to say that bridge is burnt. Yeah, because if this deal doesn't go through, which is most likely is going to go through, but if it doesn't go through, I'm pretty sure Activision and Sony ain't going to be on great terms after this at this point. Sounds like Sony is not negotiating in good faith. Well, damn, Jim. That was gangster. He basically said SMD. Okay. That's gangster, apparently. Somebody just saying, hey, we can negotiate like some real men and move on past this. Or you can just be like a whiny, petulant child. Okay. Just saying, I'm just trying to block you in general. Okay. I hope this dude is blocked. They will not have any relationship with Sony in the future. Not surprised. This is a pretty funny go. He just flips the Monopoly board game over. Is there any way to prove he said that? That could be a solid argument for passing the agreement. Because people are doubting that he said that, which, like, let's be honest, he more than likely said that. Sony is a thief. Yeah, this is just like, this is just some wild stuff going on. Just all honestly, this is some wild stuff going on behind the scenes. Like, how come people are cheating us like this is some bad faith move or mask off? Like, no crap, he wants to block a massive merger for his direct competition. LMAO, this isn't playground, friends. This is just business. Oh, it's just business. He's acting like a coward about this deal. Like, it's just fascinating. The people claim Sony is like the market leader. They're the market leader of this generation. PlayStation is so amazing. But when you just lift the veil, they just only rely on these third-party games to get people to their consoles. To be honestly, like people aren't clamoring over PlayStation for their first-party exclusives like that. Like, it just seems kind of pathetic to me because when you think of Nintendo, you at least think of their first-party games and why people buy their consoles. We were told people buy the PlayStation because of their first-party consoles, but it's looking otherwise at this point. So. Yeah, I'm gonna conclude it right here. It's like we kind of get the gist of it. People are just saying that, hey, the General Hux energy of this quote. I just want Kylo Ren to lose. He definitely sounds like a villain. He definitely sounds like whatever type of genre of entertainment. He definitely sounds like a villain at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude it right here. Yeah. This is wild stuff that we're just hearing behind the scenes, behind what Sony thinks about this deal, how they just want to block the merger, how they think Microsoft's going to sabotage them if they do get the rights to put Call of Duty on the system. It's just getting real, like, soap opera shit at this point. But yeah, hopefully this deal concludes, or maybe not, because like I said, each week there's like some type of new type of drama or something interesting that happens. I don't know, but hopefully it just ends already and we get a decision if they're going to be merged with Microsoft or not be merged at this point. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.